FPL is back, and it's time to try to make the best team possible. I'm using my free hit, so I will only be picking players for this 1 week, and I will mention the players I wouldn't pick if I wasn't using my free hit. If you are wondering why I'm using my free hit this week, then stay tuned for my next video. So one important thing to focus on when trying to maximize points this week is getting double game week players. There are a lot of uncertainties as to how well players and teams will perform after the long break. These uncertainties make the idea of a player playing twice more appealing because that is something that is almost certainly good and certain to happen. My team for Gameweek 30 Plus uses my entire budget of $104.2 million with 0.0 left in the bank. So let's start with defenders. I'm going with a triple up on Sheffield United in defense. They've only conceded 25 goals all season, less than all other double game week teams. I believe they're more likely to get clean sheets than Manchester City, and of course, they are also much cheaper and less likely to be rotated. They also have two great matchups against Aston Villa and Newcastle, and with their attacking options not being very appealing, a triple up on Sheffield United defenders is the clear choice for me. Deciding which three of their defenders is tricky as there are plenty of options. Baldock and Stevens are the wingbacks that get forward the most besides Lundstrom. I'm not going with Lundstrom because I'm not confident that he will start both games. If team news is leaked and we know that he'll be starting the first game, it will be tempting to bring him in that case. Egan is my other choice because he has more goal threat than the other 4.6 option, Chris Basham. If I wasn't free hitting, I would probably get one or two of these options as I don't like their longer term fixtures. I've chosen Arsenal's Leno to be my goalkeeper for the double game week. Leno gets this spot pretty easily by the process of elimination. If I could have 4 Sheffield United players, this spot would go to Henderson. Ederson costs too much, and Reina I don't expect many clean sheets from. The reason I've chose Leno instead of an Arsenal defender is I fear they will be rotated, and I don't have that same fear with Sheffield. Also, many of their defenders cost too much, so I've decided to use this Arsenal slot as a goalkeeper and not a defender, and keep my Sheffield United defense intact. In the midfield, I've went with my only Aston Villa player, Jack Grealish. Although the matchups aren't good, he's a talisman of the team, so if Aston Villa score goals, there's a good chance he'll be involved. A high-quality talisman who has an eye for goal, who only costs $6.4 million, I'll take it. I just don't want too many Villa players because I don't want my team to be at all dependent on their success, because I don't really expect that to happen. Also in the midfield are Kevin De Bruyne and Raheem Sterling. De Bruyne I'm confident about, while Sterling I'm not. They're both pricey, but I'm trying to get Manchester City players that have the highest chance of starting both games. I don't feel I have to explain the De Bruyne pick, but I do for Sterling. Sterling started the season well, and that may make him more likely to restart in a similar form. Maybe he plays well after a long rest or is prone to burnout symptoms as the season goes on. If so, the break could prove beneficial for him. Also, I think having no fans in attendance at the games could help him. I just don't see him as someone who plays freely with the looming prospect of being criticized by a crowd. Also, all EPL players will be wearing Black Lives Matter on the back of their jerseys, and I think this occasion could give him more hunger to score. This, combined with the lack of fans, could mean a good combination of determination and comfort while playing on the pitch. While Mahrez has a better attacking return per 90-minute ratio than Sterling, I'm worried about rotation with Mahrez, especially with Sané back in the picture. Sterling is still a rotation risk and hasn't been a great goal scorer this season, but I think he can get the job done, especially with 2 games that Man City can easily score 3+ goals in. I wouldn't be interested in Mahrez or Sterling as much if I wasn't free hitting. My final starting midfielder is Nicolas Pepe. This is the starter I'm least confident in because of his poor finishing so far this season. At $9.3 million, I do think he's overpriced. He averages an attacking return every 158.7 minutes so far this season, so if he continues at that pace, he will get 1 attacking return in the 2 games. He's another player that I hope can benefit from the lack of fans in attendance. Being a tricky winger, he won't have to deal with jeering fans when his ambitious dribbling attempts fail, so he'll have more confidence to continually back his ability. Maybe he'll also feel less pressure in front of goal. Either way, he's likely on penalties, and I can see him getting an assist or 2 even if his goal conversion rate remains poor. My captain is Sergio Aguero. Aguero averages a goal or assist every 69.7 minutes this season. He has been rotated a fair amount this season, but he typically starts in home games, which he has 2 of. Aguero started off the season incredibly, scoring 8 goals in the first 6 games and having 2 assists in that time as well. A fresh Aguero is the best striker in the league, and he plays for the team with the most goals this season. My third Arsenal player and my second forward is Aubameyang. He's Arsenal's best attacker, and I expect him to start both games. He averages an attacking return every 115 minutes and has 20 attacking returns this season. While Lacazette is cheaper, he can't be trusted to start both games. A lot of the forward options that I like for this game week only have 1 game, so with Alba having a good season and 2 games, he easily gets a spot in the team. My final starter is my only player with 1 game this week, and his name is Tammy Abraham. There are a lot of other options for this slot, but with me not being able to afford Vardy and Jimenez, my choice was between Abraham, Pukki, and Samata, the Aston Villa striker that is becoming a popular pick this week. While I was previously planning on joining the Pukki party, I've decided against it because I don't trust Norwich's attack as much as I do Chelsea's. Also, I simply don't see enough quality in Samata to warrant picking him against Sheffield and Chelsea. Tammy has been great for me so far this season, and he actually averages an attacking return every 107 minutes, which is better than Aubameyang. Aston Villa have conceded the 2nd most goals, and I don't expect them to be organized defensively. Tammy got a goal and an assist last time he played Villa, his former team that he will be excited to score against for the 2nd time this season. I picture Chelsea getting a lot of crosses into the box towards the tall striker, and I think he can get the job done even if he is subbed off early. The only possible changes I'll be making will be dependent on if we get any unexpected early team news about who will start. Some players I think will do well that I don't have include Mane, Vardy, Jimenez, Doherty, and Mount. Hopefully this free hit can push me inside the top 10k overall, which I am right now barely outside of. If you've stayed this long, you should like and subscribe and all that good stuff. I'll answer any questions in the comments. I'm glad FPL is back, and I hope you're all doing really well in quarantine. Another video coming soon.